The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
The speech of all speeches. That's apparently what it was, according to Jets interim head coach Jeff Ulbrich. That, of course, being Davante's speech to the Jets after the loss in Pittsburgh. Wait till you hear what he had to say. Plus, Boy Green joins us in his weekly spot on the show. It's the Jake Asman Show, and it starts right now.
Please subscribe and hit the like button below.
Super chat, baby. Cut the line. Now it's time to talk all things New York Jets. It's the Jake Asman Show. Here we go, Jet fans. Welcome in, everybody. Before we bring on Boy Green, you know it by now, but another reminder, free watch party for the Jets and the Patriots this Sunday at T-Squared Social in New York City. Free RSVP. Just click the link in the description, and special guest Joe Beningo, will be there, either commiserating or enjoying a Jet win over the Pats. We'll watch it all together. Once again, T-Squared Social, located just steps from Grand Central Station, so easy to get to if you're taking the train in from Long Island, Westchester, or New Jersey. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now in his weekly Friday spot on the program is one of our favorites, the great Boy Green, fellow Jets content creator. Paul, what's going on, man? Can you believe the New York Jets are 2-5 and playing for their season Sunday against the Pats?
Unbelievable. This season has been one of the wildest seasons of Saleh firing, Davante Adams trade, Hassan Reddick, shish kebab, and apparently the greatest speech ever known to man. So a lot to unpack. Wow.
Certainly a lot to unpack. Let's just get right into it. I'm going to play it. So, I've spent some time on my show. I know you discussed it on yours, just talking about how, well, I think we're both in agreement here. We like the fact that Davante said something, but just the fact that a guy who's been here for 5 minutes is noticing a real problem with this team, that is just a major, major red flag. Now we get into Ulbrich being asked about it at his press conference earlier today, and there's two clips for you. The first, here's Jeff Ulbrich on the impact Davante Adams' speech had on the team this week.
Davante had made reference to the energy and just really trying to focus on, before we fix something, we got to identify what went wrong, and there was an element I really felt on this team of trying too hard, and as we all know, that can be just as dangerous as not trying hard enough. So it's that balance of like really experiencing the joy and the happiness of the game and the preparation for the game, but at the same time being super detailed, So we tried to create a better balance this week. I felt like it definitely showed in practice. Guys, not only on their details, not only working their butts off and giving everything they have, but at the same time enjoying the process a little bit more, and so when adversity hits, we've preached this all week long. It's an opportunity for us to react the way that we want to react. That's ultimately a decision, and we can't let the events affect our energy, which they did last game, and we had to acknowledge that and recognize it. You can't fix something that you don't recognize and acknowledge. So that's why I brought it back up.
Okay, so Davante apparently was able to get everyone to realize what the problems were. Paul, are we buying this?
For Ulbrich to say, well, I mean, Davante came in, identified the issue. We're like, well, that's an issue, and we addressed it. What does Davante Adams have some sort of a superpower where he has like X-ray vision and he can identify a problem that apparently no one else can see? And again, with all due respect, he had been there for 3 days, 4 days, and all of a sudden he's like, aha, lick the finger, put it in the air. Yeah, this is the issue. Again, you said at the beginning, I'm happy someone said it. I mean, if Davante saw it, I'd much rather he kind of walk through his process. That at first he was a little trepidatious with saying something because he's like, I've been there for 5 minutes, so this could probably come off a different way for a guy just coming in. But he said, F it. We're 2-5, basically. Now I'm paraphrasing, but we're 2-5. If I hold this in and it goes off the rails, I'm going to hate myself for not having brought it up. So blessed be he. If Davante is the one who saw and brought it up, God bless. But I mean, man, that is quite an indictment on the leadership group that the current Jets group together couldn't identify apparently whatever this mysterious issue is without a guy being traded for. So shoot, that's apparently the greatest third round pick we've ever expended. No, not on the field production, the identifying of therapist issues, apparently.
I want Davante Adams to shadow me for 5 days and point out how I too could get better at my job, because he apparently is the best at recognizing it. And honestly, that wasn't even to me the most like, what the quote from Ulbrich during this press conference. So he used everyone's least favorite expression from a Jet head coach. We had a great week of practice. So then they asked him, okay, if you guys had such a great week of practice, why did you have such a great week of practice, Coach?
In all honesty, and I know this sounds crazy, but for a guy that just showed up a couple weeks ago, I really think Davante's speech at the end of the game, and I really think him shining a light on the fact that the energy has to be right, and I think we've identified why it wasn't right, and we fixed it, and I felt like this week was just, it was the team that we need to be going forward, and just so excited about reinventing ourselves in a way.
Did it need to be outside eyes coming in, fresh eyes to look at it that way?
Sometimes that helps, especially a guy with such perspective and experience like Davante. So, I can't speak on how much he's affecting this team, not just between the white lines, but in the locker room and just from day to day, the culture of our building. So it's a blessing to have him here.
Like, once again, I'm glad he said it. I hope it works. I hope we look back on Davante's speech the same way Met fans look back on Francisco Lindor's players-only meeting when the team was 11 games under 500, and the rest is history. They were the best team in baseball the rest of the way from that point on. I hope it has a similar effect. But come on, man. This guy's one speech solved the energy problem you had? I mean, how bad was this culture that Robert Saleh and company cultivated? That one guy's here. Ulbrich said he's been here for a couple of weeks. He was here for 5 days when he gave that speech. He got traded on Tuesday. I mean, like, God, man, like, it is so just unbearable to follow this team right now. Like, once again, I'm a Jet fan. I hope it works. God bless Davante if it does. But like, I cannot believe how bad this locker room was, that a guy saying, hey, we got to have some more energy is like, holy crap, I can't believe he came up with that idea. How did no one think of this? Wow.
It's just, again, I'm in utter disbelief. Again, the way that Ulbrich described it in that last, he shined a light on the energy issue. We're like, whoa, that is an issue. And why did you have such a great week of practice? Perhaps the best week of prep that you've ever had before. He's like, well, if I'm going to be honest, this probably sounds crazy, but bear with me here. Davante Adams' speech. What? Again, Davante Adams is an awesome player, and he's a guy that seems to, carry the big stick, but talk very quietly. So like when he speaks, everyone listens. It seems like he's not the rah-rah guy. Again, we're not in the locker room, but it just sounds like when he says things, it certainly resonates. But like, again, I still am like, what did he see? Aaron Rodgers called it the most real speech he's heard in 20 years. This is his 20th season. So like, obviously it cut deep for him too. I'm just baffled because like I said, again, whatever works, if this is that rallying cry, you pointed to the Francisco Lindor meeting or, a players only meeting or what have you, whatever works. If this suddenly is the rallying cry for the Jets to turn around their season, then blessed be he. This is terrific. I don't give a hoot how it happens, but it's just crazy. That's such an indictment to me on the leadership or lack thereof of this group, that Ulbrich couldn't rally it, whether you want to blame Rodgers for it or whoever, that like, it took Davante saying, now let's see the results, because I think it's going to fall on a lot of deaf ears. Everything that just happened is going to fall on deaf ears if the Jets lose or the Jets play poorly. Then like his identifying did nothing. But like if the Jets all of a sudden turn around and blow the barn doors off the Patriots and just blow them out of the water, and the Jets are like, all right, baby, here we are. It was the Davante speech that turned over the engine. I'm just, like I said, I was just baffled. When I heard Jeff, I'm like, he didn't just say that. So like I heard the clip and then heard the other clip and then heard the full presser. And I'm like, I must have, there's no way I heard that speech is the thing that ignited everything. So yeah, like I said, I'm a little lost for words. I'm puzzled, but again, whatever works. But that is like mind blowing that a guy that showed up for like 72 hours somehow just flipped over the entire team. It's bizarre.
I mean,
Just when
Best
you think
week
you've heard everything, right?
best week of practice was a Gase line, and then they'd come out and lose like 16-3. Like,
Right.
I can't. And look, this is the game to get right. You're playing a, objectively speaking, terrible football team that you already beat badly the last time you played them. But does anyone have any confidence the Jets are going to handle business? Like, I think they'll win, Paul, but I don't know. Like, there are some people expecting like a Jet domination, a Jet blowout win here. With the way they're playing right now, I wouldn't bet on that. And in fact, if I were to pick a side, I'd probably take the 7 points that the Jets are favored by and just say, hey, it's more of a bet against the Jets than a bet on the Patriots. But man, I mean, once again, if it works, great. But the fact that a guy who's been here for 5 minutes, his speech is leading to, according to the head coach, the best week of practice they've had all year, that speaks volumes about just how bad the culture was created by the previous head coach who's no longer with the team. That's how I look at it.
100%. Yeah, that's a bad sign of if that is what you need to rev the troops. That is a terrible, like I said, point for everybody. But the fact of the matter is, when you look at all of this with the New York Jets, I think even if they blow out the New England Patriots, even the most staunch supporters or even the biggest detractors, whoever, they're all going to say, well, it's the Patriots. They stink. If the draft ended or started today, rather, they'd have the number 1 overall pick. They've lost 6 games in a row, longest losing streak since 1993. Like, this Patriots team is god awful. So even if they beat them, the real test will be a few days later. Luckily, the Jets host that game, and that is against the Houston Texans. But obviously, for any Aaron Rodgers relax run or winning streak or anything of that nature to happen, it has to start with 1, and it's sweeping the Patriots for the first time in 24 years. So there will certainly be some exercising of demons if they're able to thump them pretty good. But to be honest, I still think that a lot of people are going to be even like looking at it sideways because it's the Patriots. Look at all these other games that the Jets have blown. So, Houston is going to be an even bigger test, but the Jets obviously can't afford to overlook anybody.
Completely agree. Look, you can't go on a run unless you win the first one. So you got to stop the bleeding. You win Sunday, but a week from now, we're going to know where this team's at, right? If they beat New England, great. And then they lose to Houston, what do they really do? Like, okay, like win your next 2 before the bye and try and be 5-6 and, hope that you could go out there and, maybe catch fire after the bye. But, like, let's call it for what it is. Like, you really got to win these next 2. You got to start by winning Sunday. But if this speech truly mattered, right? If this speech is truly the greatest of speeches, right? It's the greatest speech since the Gettysburg Address, some are saying. If it's truly that kind of speech, you know what the Jets need to do? Kick the crap out of the Patriots. Show us something. Like, this offense, go up and down the field. Get a lead and hold on to the lead, right? Execute in the red zone. Like, let's see it, man. There's no excuse. I think they'll win, but I don't know if it's going to be like a dominating performance. And I think a dominating performance is the only thing we could point to and be like, okay, now let's see against Houston. Maybe something did click. But, like, if they win an ugly game, 17-13, like, you take the win because you need wins. You're trying to stay alive, but you're not exactly going to be feeling incredibly confident about this team 3 days after the fact, playing what I feel like is their season against the Texans on Thursday Night Football.
And all these speeches, Aaron Rodgers had his own on the Pat McAfee show saying kind of what you just, kind of hinted at, which is like, man, the Jets have been a defensive organization for like 1,000 years. Like, maybe it's time for the offense to just take this thing by the reins and win a game. And then, hey, defense, we got this one, buddy. Like, okay, I think fans need to see it. There's been enough of the talking of the best week of practice ever and speeches and this and accountability and blah, blah, blah. No one cares about any of that. It's results oriented. The Jets need to win. They need to handle their own business here. And right, to your point, I think there will be a modicum of, okay, that speech must have meant something. If the offense comes out and does some of the same things, Jake, we were both there for that Jets-Patriots game. If you see some of that flavor, like, okay, here we go. All those little mistakes we've been criticizing for this 4-game losing streak, it's that, where all of a sudden those little mistakes aren't there anymore and the Jets are just firing on all cylinders. So it should be a coming out party. We had the injury report just come out. Lazard's doubtful. So Mike Williams, Garrett Wilson, Davante Adams, more guys stepping up to the plate. See if Todd Downing can continue to cook. There's some opportunities for the Jets to go. But again, this Patriots team sucks. Their coach just called them soft. That's the biggest insult you can give an NFL team or talk about NFL players. Like, this Patriots team has been rocked. They're kind of jostled in the ring. They've just got dealt a big blow, and they're just asking to be knocked out. and the Jets have the glove and they have a chance to do it. Now, again, the Jets are in their own, obviously, shit show of 4-game losing streak, but this is a chance for the Jets to just exercise some demons, win a game, and then turn the vibes, because the vibes are terrible. We've lost 4 in a row, and all the hubbub and everything before the season is gone. The Jets can go a little bit towards the way of getting some of those positive vibes back at a minimum by smacking around the Patriots.
Reminder, this show available in podcast form now on both Apple and or Spotify, so just search The Jake Asman Show and access the audio version of the show you're watching right now on YouTube, free of charge. We're talking with Boyd Green in his weekly spot. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a Friday show, so we try to have fun around here, even with the Jet record, and our guy Paul is making it happen. How about a 5-spot of channel memberships that were just gifted for the people? Look, the Jets might stink, but we got the best community in sports, baby. Here we go. Yeah. Here we go. 5 names. You hear your name, you're a channel member. F. Hassan Reddick. We'll get to him in a moment. Dano Jets. John Pertucci, Lawrence Gantz, and John B. Thank you very much, Paul. If anyone else wants to be a member, hit the join button, sign up, support the channel, or turn on gift receipts, and maybe someone will gift you a channel membership like Paul just did. John with a super chat. Speaking of John, he just got a membership. Jake/Boyd Green, and this fan base greater than the Jets. I mean, Paul, you've said it. I've said it. We know how special this fan base is. And once again, the Jet organization does not deserve how great the Jet fan base is.
They do not. They don't. And again, I think this is the most damning thing, Jake, is last week I think a lot of us were asking the same questions. Do we care more than the Jets care in the middle of that Steelers game and hearing about the flat vibes and everything else? Do we care more? And it certainly felt that way last week. And that's a disgusting thing to say. I hope and wish that they cared as much as we did, and maybe we would have been in a different place last week.
Ladies and gentlemen, there are several great fans of this show who don't have channel memberships, including listener Rich. If you're the person who gives Rich in the chat his membership, we will send you a free item from the jakeasman.com merch store. Rich is always supporting the show, telling people to like the video. So thank you very much, Rich. And how about this? 5-spot of memberships on the Boyd Green channel from Australian Jet fan.
Yeah, baby. Our number 1 Austrian Jets fan, baby. We appreciate it.
I've been saying Australian. It's Austrian. I didn't even realize that.
So,
my bad. Austrian Jets fan. I've been saying Australia. No one's ever corrected me. My bad.
That's okay. Yeah, Austrian. That's all right. That's sort of in the same neck of the woods, I think. So, there you go. Here are the 5 memberships. Thank you to our number 1 Austrian Jets fan. We got Dan Krukemaker, Matthew Smith, John Woo, Jets Johnny, and Steve Marzuki. You are all now members of the Boyd Green Coffee Club, baby.
Love it. Love it. Henny in the house with a super chat. Ulbrich really using the "we had a good week of practice" Rob Sala line. He might as well say all gas, no break. What a joke. Just effing win. Look, Henny, I hate to break this to you. That's not a Rob Sala line. That's an Adam Gase line, though. We had the best week of practice. That is Gase, baby. When Ulbrich was saying that, all I could think about was this.
And Jet fans are clueless. I mean, they're dopes. They don't know anything. This is a really good hire. Gase is a great coach. Gase is a great coach. Okay, Adam Gase is Kyle Shanahan before Kyle Shanahan. Gase is a great coach.
Now, on one hand, Paul, I understand that we're all going to say, like, don't care what you say, show us. But he's required to speak to the media, so it's almost like, what do you want him to say? You rather him, I guess, say this than, nah, we were terrible this week. Like, I don't feel confident at all about our chances on Sunday. So, like, I'm not going to kill him for like that, but it's just like, oh, man, please just win. The fan base is fed up. We can't deal with this. But I will say this, if they do go on a run here, I'm going to throw out an all-time speech. You tell me if you would take Davante's speech to the Jets or this speech in U.S. history. First speech I'll throw at you. Okay. Give me liberty or give me death versus Davante Adams' speech to the Jets after the loss in Pittsburgh.
That's Davante at this point. I like that one.
All right.
I like that one.
Davante's speech or Pearl Harbor address to the nation delivered by Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Again, that one's getting closer. Give me Davante Adams.
All right. I have a dream speech delivered by Martin Luther King Jr. at the Lincoln Memorial in 1963.
I'll go the dream on that one. That one's probably, yeah, I'll go the dream there. Yeah.
All right. Gettysburg Address delivered by President Abraham Lincoln during the Civil War or Davante's speech after the Jets lost to the Steelers.
I bounce back to Davante here on the power rankings. I bounce back to Davante. Yeah.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, the speech. And I'll say this.
Oh,
We've had speeches in Jet history that have actually turned a year around. Herm Edwards said you play to win the game when the Jets were 2-5. Jets are 2-5 in 2024, won the AFC East. Will history repeat itself? Huh?
Ooh, oh, okay. Jake, speaking things into existence. That's an Aaron Rodgers, manifestation action there. I like taking that page out of the playbook. That's very nice. I like it. And to your point, though, on the Jeff Ulbrich thing, obviously Jeff doesn't know about the Adam Gase history or this history or that on words and things of that nature. So I agree that a lot of people are killing him for the best week of practice thing. Again, he's the head coach. He's the head coach now, and he speaks to the media multiple times a week. He's got to say what he's got to say. But the ultimate thing is that this rallying cry for the speech, the this, the that, all of it, again, comes down to the winning. And if you win, it doesn't matter. If you said, oh, actually, this was the worst week of prep we've ever had, and then they win, we're like, oh, sweet, let's do that again, please. Again, it's about winning now.
Hit the like button if you're just tuning in. Please subscribe to the channel as well. We're simulcasting this stream on Boy Green's YouTube channel as well. So make sure you guys check out Paul each and every day talking Jets. I'm just 3 subscribers away from 39,700. Wow. So we could get 3 people who are watching live right now that for whatever reason have yet to hit the subscribe button. You could help this channel hit a new threshold number. So appreciate everyone for the support. If you got a comment or question for Boy Green and I, we'll bring it up on the screen like this one here from Henny. His comment is, speeches are overrated. Not the Davante speech, baby. This is a speech that we will look back on as the speech that turned around the New York Jets once and for all.
And Jake, you didn't bring up the Hard Knocks speech of Saleh and Crows and Eagles. We've had some good ones in history. We had some pretty spicy ones. Yeah.
Ooh, Saleh's Crow speech or Davante's speech? That's the question.
Oof, I'd like to see. Is One Jets Drive episode coming with this Davante speech? Because we have not seen the speech yet. We've only heard people talk about the speech. I'd like to watch the speech, to be honest with you, and see how it resonates.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's open up the Gusbuster Umbrella hotline. We'll start taking your calls in a moment. I do want to get your thoughts, though, Paul, on the injury report. You already alluded to Lazard. I talked about this the other day, and people were like, what? He's on the injury report? I can't remember the play where he got hurt, but Lazard's listed as doubtful for this game on Sunday with a chest injury, meaning thank God they didn't trade Mike Williams because he's going to be out there with Davante and Garrett with your starting receivers now. So that's at least a positive. You still have him, but I wouldn't underestimate that loss. I mean, say whatever you want about Lazard last year. This year, he's been competent with Rodgers throwing to him. So hopefully the rapport with Aaron and Davante is back where, we expected to be when they made that move. Him and Garrett could continue to play well. That drop last week was brutal by Garrett. Hopefully he responds well and gets back to the guy he was against the Bills and Vikings, where I thought he played 2 really good games. But, Lazard is notable. The other injuries here for the Jets, they've already ruled out Lecky Fotu, so he's done. AVT is a candidate for IR, Ulbrich said earlier today. He's out for definitely this game. Tony Adams is doubtful as well. So it appears like the Jets are going to have Jake Hansen starting at right guard, and they're going to have 2 starting safeties that are not their normal starters if Adams can't play. Tony Adams, of course. We'll probably see Isaiah Oliver there. And Jalen Mills actually played pretty well last week, I thought. So he's probably your other starting safety this week against his old team. Your thoughts on the injury report, Paul, after going through it?
Yeah, I think a lot of people missed it. It was to your point that you were just saying in the Steelers game. Lazard got hit, and after a couple of catches, you'd see him just kind of like holding his chest, and you kind of went like, man, he's pounding. And he would go to the sideline for a second and then come back out there. So credit to him for fighting through whatever this mysterious chest injury is. But yeah, thank God. Jake, you were, I think, pounding the table harder than anybody. Like, hey, maybe we shouldn't trade Mike Williams for a bag of beans. Like, maybe we should.
I knew this would happen. I hate to be that guy, but it's so Jets that they acquired Davante and then immediately one of their other 3 receivers gets hurt. I knew this would happen, so that's why I was like, just keep him. And now they need Mike Williams, so thankfully he's here.
Yeah, 100%. Because I've heard people say, it would have been a conditional 7th-round pick or something. What are we doing? Like, suck it. For anyone who says, yeah, we could just pluck him off the Jets, F you, man. I'd rather much, obviously, have Mike Williams versus what we have. So phenomenal news from that perspective. The AVT one sucks, and we'll see on Saturday whether or not he gets placed on IR when we get that kind of move to see. So Jake Hansen starting. And, Aaron Rodgers been sacked a lot. He's among the top 10 most sacked quarterbacks this year, which is not good. AVT has been really good in pass protection, according to all the analytical numbers. So that's a loss at guard. Now, again, it's not Xavier Newman. He's on IR already. So now we're going to Jake Hansen. So we're getting back into the offensive line musical chairs. So hopefully Hansen is halfway decent, and you're just getting rid of the ball quick, because there are going to be some teams. Houston, again, I don't want to overlook anybody, but Houston coming up, they could get after the passer, and they love blitzing. So, boy, the Jets just better get healthy quick. But the Lazard one stinks. I'm happy for Jalen Mills. He showed a lot of chutzpah in some of these games. I'm really excited for him to get his chance. He gets to get the revenge game no one's talking about against his old New England Patriots. He knows that defense pretty well. He probably could give a really good scouting report, and I'm sure he has this week, to the New York Jets all about everything New England Patriots land. So that part helps. I'm kind of glad Ashton Davis is out. He's been god-awful this year, so see you later, buddy. And it looks like Morgan Moses is going to be good to go. So thankfully, at least from that perspective, it's only going to be one loss in AVT, not both him and Morgan. That would be pretty devastating.
Ladies and gentlemen, have no fear. The Jets had a good week of practice, and Davante's speech is changing the world. All right. If good weeks of practice was championships, like if you could count it,
sure,
Jets would have how many championships over the years, Paul?
Dynasty. I mean, we'd be having a much different toned show right now, counting all our championships in between. That's what would be happening. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, more memberships are flying off the shelves. We got a 5 spot from Metro Funny. Oh, baby. Bang! Bang! You know what? I'm stepping it up here. I'm going all out. I'm getting bricked up for Metro Funny.
Let's get bricked up.
Okay, here we go. 5 spot channel memberships. Hear your name called. You remember J Quest. There we go. That's a heavy hitter right there. Sean Snow, Jimbo, Giovanni, Alicia, and Harvey A. Bouchard Jr. Ladies and gentlemen, that's not all, baby. My beers, as I watch the Yankee game, have been covered. Thanks to Snowball, dropping a 5 spot of channel memberships for you, Snowball.
Let's not drop the challenge flag.
Here we go. That's no ghost. DM95, Slim, KJ, and Bill Fon all receiving a channel membership. Click on Snowball's name. Hit the button that YouTube gives you that says, I want to receive a gifted membership, and you're eligible to get one if you're subscribed to the channel and you like this video, of course. The algorithm will pick someone randomly, so hopefully you get it. Question from Oscar the Grouch before we get to the calls. Paul, is there ever a moment where you have to hold back your inner Jackie Chan and not unleash the fury if you're ever getting taunted by rotten Bills fans?
It's a great question, Oscar, and I've been to a Jets-Bills game in Buffalo where they get a little feisty. So, right, it is that inner, is this worth it to break this guy's neck in the middle of this game? And so far, I have not been arrested yet for those things. So luckily, I've been able to just talk that inner Jackie Chan. I've never considered that that inner voice in my head is actually Jackie Chan, which is great. I really enjoy his movies and the old TV show, The Adventures of Jackie Chan. But thank you. But yes, it is hard. Bills fans are super arrogant. I hate
which movies do you enjoy, by the way? He's been in a lot of them.
That's a good point. So I love the Rush Hour series. I'm a major fan of the Rush Hour series. An underrated one, Shanghai Night. Get a little, Owen Wilson, Jackie Chan action. That's another goodie. So yeah, man, Jackie Chan, he's awesome, man. I love Jackie.
Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about Davante Adams' speech, which, according to some close to the Jets, is the greatest speech given by any American since Abraham Lincoln in 1865 at Gettysburg. More memberships are flying off the shelves. I guess people like speech talk today. 5 channel memberships gifted by Tom DeBomb. Thank you, Tom DeBomb. Now, give me money, or I shoot him, and I shoot all you motherfuckers, and then we take it. Your choice, bitches. Here we go. Chill of the Lad, Joseph Baresi, Christian Thompson, Lucas Ford, and Swapnil G. Patel, all receiving member. We haven't gotten memberships like this in a long time, man. I don't know why. 20 memberships in a show, that's rare these days, man. People have been so angry, just disgruntled, but appreciate the support from the community. Let's open up the phones right now. Bill is first up today. I'm with Boy Green and myself, Jake Asman, here on the show. What's up, Bill?
Hey, good afternoon. Good afternoon, and good luck to the Yankees this evening for the World Series.
Are you rooting for the Yanks, Bill? You're a big Mets guy.
I'm a Mets fan, but I have no problem with the Yankees being in the World Series. It's still New York, baby. Let's go get them. Ulbrich's comment reminds me of Hackett's. Oh, I didn't know we could use Brees in the passing game. That's amazing. to me, the big problem with the Jets is, and people have already noticed it. It's not so much whether or not they have the energy going into the game, but it's being able to overcome their mistakes. Because every time they make mistakes, it just takes the wind out of them. Whether it's the stupid penalties, whether it's their fumbles or their interceptions or their failure to come up with an interception or fumble. So they, at some point, they have to get to the they have to be determined to say, listen, if we're going to win this game, if we make a mistake here or there, we're going to find a way to overcome the mistake. And that's where you hopefully start seeing things turn around. But, their thing is, oh, we made a mistake, the game's over, then there's not much they can do about it. But they have to be determined, we're going to win this thing. We're going to find a way to win. If we make an error, we got to overcome it, and we will overcome it. And at least that's a start. I don't know if that will be the determining factor, but I hope that will, in fact, be so. And I thank you guys for giving me the time. Hope everyone has a wonderful weekend.
Thanks, Bill.
All
Appreciate
right.
you, Bill.
Bill, God bless.
There you go.
Paul, we'll see if the Jets could just win a game Sunday. That's really what
That's it.
That's it. Win one game. It doesn't solve everything, but it stabilizes things for a couple days, and then we can convince ourselves they can beat the Texans, who, by the way, are not as good as the record would indicate. And I've spoken to people who cover them. They've struggled, man. CJ Stroud had 86 passing yards last week. Their O-line is a mess right now. Their offense has not looked right since Nico Collins went on IR. He won't play against the Jets. He's already out for that game. So I'm not telling you the Jets are going to win that game. I wouldn't pick them right now. Let's see what they look like on Sunday first. But they're not actually out of it. It's just tough to picture it right now. But if they could win Sunday, it's not improbable that they would win at home on a short week against a Texan team they did beat last year.
And they beat handily last year. They really gave C.J. Stroud a ton of problems. They ended up knocking him out of the game super late with the injuries and everything else. But man, I like how the Jets match up against the Texans. But to your point, with how they've played, it's hard to rally behind, oh, yeah, they'll take out Houston. The good news is it's a short week, and they're at home. That gives the lean normally to the home team because you don't have to account for all the travel days in between. But, yeah, let's see what they do against New England. But quickly, our perspective of 2-5 can quickly change if they can quickly get back to 4-5.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching the show live right now, God bless you. You're a real Jet fan if you're tuned in today. So we appreciate that. Subscribe to both my channel and Paul's channel. And, of course, click the like button. We're presented today by Underdog Fantasy. Get those Underdog picks in. New customers depositing to get up to $1,000 in bonus cash. Just use promo code Asman when you download the Underdog Fantasy app and support our sponsor, Underdog, that has now been with us for over a year. All right. Wow. Comments, questions, super chats. We'll cut the line. Chef Kevin writes, let's go Yankees. Amen. Chef Kev. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us right now is someone who was at Alden's shoe store earlier today and met the great Joe Bonesy. He is in New York before the Knicks opener, and he might be joining us at our watch party on Sunday. Ooh. We say hello live from New York City to King Lowski. What's up, King?
Jake, my brother, Paul Boy Green, my brother, Paul Boy Green, my brother. It's
New York
always
Lowski.
Good to see you, brothers. Yes, sir. We in the building, baby. We out here, me and my pop.
Yeah, let's go, baby.
Pop, baby. You see it, Jake. You see it. Yeah, man. We out here in downtown, baby. I'm on a handful, Pop. Yeah. My Pop said, what up, man? You know my Pop is all excited, baby. We in the garden, baby. You know what I'm saying? I had to come see my boy Bonesy. He wasn't in the building, but Joe Bonesy was there. So I was excited to see him. Hey, man, I'm just loving it up in New York, man. Jake, hopefully I get to see you, man. And we're going to have a good time, my brother. You know, like I said, I got my Pops out here. We just chilling, man. So, hey, man. Hey, it's gonna be a lovely day, man. It's gonna be a wonderful Sunday. We're gonna beat the hell out the Patriots. You can best believe that, okay? Them punk Patriots don't want nothing with us, baby. You can best believe that. We're gonna put some foots in their ass, baby. JTS, just. JTS, just. And I'm in the middle of New York saying that, baby. I say it anywhere. I don't care. Let's go, baby. All right, Jake.
Let's go, King. Yeah, how about that? King Lowski and Mr. Lowski live outside MSG. I love it.
Foots and asses. I love it. It's a good combo.
We'll put that on a shirt, King, if the Jets beat up the Pats and go on a run. Foots and asses, the new model for the 2024 New York Jets. I got a couple. If anyone wants to design me some sort of shirt for Davante's speech, if it actually works, like the speech, and it's like Davante like reading something, it's like a silhouette. We can't use his actual face, so it's illegal. But we get like a silhouette of Davante Adams like reading like scripture. That would,
I like
that'd
that.
be good with the speech underneath. That looks pretty good. If anyone wants to design that, we'll send you an item. If we can sell it in the merch store. Clancy with an Asmaniac super chat. New England going through their own drama-filled week, just saying Jets will win 27-17. Let's go, and Jake, and let's go Yankees. Vote for Bobby Midnight 2024. Yankees got to win, man, no doubt. And as far as the Jets, I would take 27-17. Look, to me, if the Jets can get the 20 points, Paul, that should in theory be enough. But I want them to get to at least 3 touchdowns in this game, move the ball. Obviously, if you could build a lead, I am concerned about Aaron's health. I'd like to get Rodgers out of this game and Tyrod in this game because with a short week, I don't need Aaron taking any extra hits when you have such a quick turnaround. So hopefully they could get a lead like they're supposed to, and they could rest Aaron in the fourth quarter, but we'll see.
Yeah, and I'm excited to see what this defense, who, again, it's been a hot second, can do with the lead. We got Will McDonald, who's second in the league in sacks, and the debut of Hassan Reddick, who, by all accounts, is going to be playing some serious, football. It sounds like he will not have a pitch count, according to Jeff Ulbrich, so I don't think he's playing 100% of the snaps, but damn, it sounds like he's going to get a nice little chunk, which is awesome. Let's see him sacking Drake May. That will bring joy to me. Yes.
Yes, that would be good. We would certainly take that. Yes, no questions asked. This comment here from Chilla the Lad. I think we beat New England by forfeit because we had a good week of practice. And by that nature, that disqualifies other teams.
That's good.
I think he's onto something. If the Jets had a great week of practice, they just can't lose.
Dems to rules.
Alan says, how did you pick 27-17 if you have the Pats +7, Jake? Alan, I guess you don't listen. I wasn't picking that score. Clancy super chatted that score, and I simply just read his super chat. We'll see you in 5.
I'm glad to be in Asman's Shadow Realm.
Into the Shadow Realm you go.
Aaron Rodgers is a glutton for fame. I don't think he loves his teammates. I think he loves attention.
GFY. First word is go, and the last word is yourself. Boom.
Oh, Alan.
Classic Alan. Super chat here from John. So ironic that Will McDonald was one of JD's best picks. It's amazing, man, right? The 2 players on this team that have been way better than anyone could have imagined, Will McDonald and John Simpson, probably the 2 most criticized decisions, 2 of the more criticized decisions this general manager's made in the last calendar year or so.
Yeah, I was just looking it up for an ABT stat because he was out for the game. I'm like, oh man, what are the numbers on ABT? John Simpson is like somewhere in the ballpark of top 5 as among interior offensive linemen pass blockers in the league. Like Simpson's been awesome, and there was so much shit talked when he was signed and saying, oh look, the Jets went cheapo at guard. Like he's been awesome, and Will friggin' McDonald has 8 sacks or not even halfway through the season yet. I mean, it is ironic. It is ironically funny that ended up happening. Go figure.
Bob P writes in, Alan's actual first name is Dick. Is that true?
No, that checks. That tracks. I like that.
Can anyone confirm that? Let's see. Jet Life says off-season champs 2 years in a row. 2 years. I mean, have you been following the Jets? We always win the off-season.
That's true. We're undefeated in such matters.
Yeah, the Jets have never lost the off-season. Oscar the Grouch says, Jake, not the flex or anything, but I was the first Asmaniac to be thrown in Midnight's and Gorman's Shadow Realm. You know, that is a great stat, Oscar. You know, I think when you're on your deathbed one day, you'll be like, you know what? I've lived a full life. I've been in Bobby Midnight and Charles Corbin's Shadow Realm.
Put that on the gravestone. Put that in the epitaph.
Shout out to Oscar the Grouch. Very funny. All right, more of your calls right now. Let's say hello to Kyle Clifton, who appears to be bricked up on this Friday. Hello, Kyle.
Oh, I'm bricked up, baby. So the one omission from your speeches is obviously Herb Brooks. Miracle on Ice. Come on. Let's go out there and get it.
I don't know, man. Davante's speech might already be better than Herb Brooks' speech in 1980.
Yeah, that's possible. Listen, I love words as much as the next guy. People think I'm good with words, what have you. Words don't mean a whole lot on the football field. It's time for us to play to our capabilities. We all think this team has talent. I think it's kind of a blessing in disguise that Mike Williams is going to be out there. This is the team we envisioned as far as our offensive skill players. Mike Williams, Garrett in the slot, Davante on the outside, Conklin, Brees, the young stable of backs. It's a shame that AVT is hurt, but I thought that Hansen acquitted himself pretty well when he had to play.
I got to be honest. I don't even know how he did. I was just so checked out at that point. I was just like,
well, I didn't hear anything from him, so that was positive. You know, like usually if you hear, you know, that there's been a lot of inside pressure, then you kind of do a double take. But I didn't hear that so much with him in the game.
Can I ask you a question, Kyle?
Yeah.
What's it like being a ghost?
You know what it is? I just put that plastic film on my phone. I think that you should get used to it.
I mean, you look like a legitimate ghost right now, a hologram.
Well, the other thing is that I have the sun coming in through my office window, and because it's that time of day, and it's creating kind of an eerie effect. I'd look more like a soap opera star if it wasn't for the sun coming through the window. It would be like the filtered lighting.
I thought with Halloween coming up, you were just can't get a costume early.
Yeah. Ooh. But I mean, I think that offensively, this is kind of the team that we envisioned. I mean, eager to see what Reddick can do when he gets into the lineup. We're a little banged up, but it shouldn't be a problem. We should be able to take care of this team. And like you said, let's get out to a lead. Let's get Tyrod in there, and let's go Jets. And Yankees in 7.
Let's go, Kyle. I love it. Good call.
Thanks, Casper.
Kyle Clifton there. Let me get it right this time. Here we go.
Yeah.
Redemption. Number 1 Austrian Jets fan writes in, Will McDonald will hit 10 sacks Sunday. He might. I mean, it wouldn't be shocking if he had 2 against his brutal Patriot O-line.
Yeah, the Patriots, for those counting at home, have allowed the second most sacks in the NFL. Number 1 is Cleveland. They've allowed 35. Number 2 on the list is the New England Patriots with 25 sacks allowed. So this could be a la Tennessee Titans, where Will McDonald got his 3 sacks and everyone is eating, especially with Drake May. He's a guy that's going to be young. Obviously, he's a young quarterback, and the Jets can throw things at him that he's never seen before. Oh, for sure. Will McDonald could get to double-digit sacks, and can you believe that? That stat, if it ends up coming true, he gets 2 sacks on Sunday, he has 10 sacks by week 8. Absolutely bonkers.
Snowball writes in, I appreciate how transparent Kyle is with his take.
That's good.
Well played. Alan is back from the Shadow Realm, and he's taking a shot at my education. He says, Ithaca education equals me listening to Jake. Wow. Thank you, Alan. Where did Alan go to school, by the way? I'm curious.
Good question.
Let's say hello to Devin. He's next on the Gusbuster hotline. Hey, Devin.
Hey, Jake. What's going on? BG, what's good, my brother?
Devin, my boy.
How you fellas doing?
Good to see you.
What's up, Devin?
Hey, man. It's been a minute. I've been commiserating with you in the back end. But, bro, I'm coming out of it. I'm trying to get hype with this. I need this win, though. I need this win. I don't really care how we do it. I don't care if Davante is the reason that we all of a sudden going to turn our stuff around and be good. I just need one win to start because I'm going to be at this game next Thursday.
That's right.
I'm taking my daughter to her first damn game. Oh. You know what I'm saying? So I need this to be – I need her to be my good luck charm. You know, if she don't win, if we don't win, I'll tell you, baby, you don't have to be a Jets fan. You know what?
Wow,
I'm going to just
leave it
like that. I'm going to give her an out, bro. Because, this shit is miserable, man. It's like, I think this is the worst thing about this season for me has been like the expectation. I had expectations last year. Obviously we all did, but when Rodgers got hurt, we all, came to reality and said, you know what, we know what we got. Zach Wilson is a bum. And Jake, you called it. You said he shouldn't even been on the team. But we had to accept reality. This year it was like everything is a go. But I need, you know what I need too? I need Ulbrich to turn his damn head around. Like, turn your head around. I don't know. I think it's like a psychological situation with him where that hat turned around. You know, he's more fired up. He's more passionate. Like, turn the damn hat around, bro. Like, I need to see real Ulbrich. You know what I mean? Like, this is just.
I agree, man. I said it earlier, Devin. I want Jeff Ulbrich to have the backwards hat. I want him to have that swag that got him this job in the first place. Right. Yeah, like I compared it earlier to Rex Ryan. He was a better coach when he was fat. CeCe was a better pitcher when he was fat. Right? I need Ulbrich to have the backwards cap, man. I don't want none of this.
Stop trying to please others. Cap. I like that, Jake. Stop trying to please others. Be yourself.
Absolutely,
because Jeff.
This your only.
Rex.
Yeah.
Let's go.
This is only opportunity. This is his only opportunity. If you mess this up, you're not getting the head coach position. So you need to get out there, get this done. I need this done. I don't want a Patriots beatdown. We hate them anyway. So this beatdown got to be real. You know what I'm saying? But just want to have to shout you guys out, Jake. I'm gonna have to hit you guys up in another day. And Jake, is there any L5 situation going on for Thursday? Or
yes, we're gonna be tailgating at L5. Check the Discord. I have info coming about the tailgate's L5. Everyone knows that. Same rules as always. BYOB, BYOF. We'll have the chef there. You can tip him if you want some food. We'll have snacks, but bring whatever you want to bring. And then for the parking, I don't know if you need parking, Devin, but we're gonna have a link going out from the Jets where you can purchase parking at a group discount rate after the game Sunday. Okay, you already got parking, so you're all set. But for those going to the game who need parking, I'll have that link in the Discord when I get the link from the Jets.
No doubt. Hey, man, I just, Pastor still got to be there. So, Jets, Jets. Let's go!
Yeah, here we come, baby. Here we come. Here come the Jets, man.
Fat Rex was at his best, backwards cap Ulbrich. They're 0-2 since he's worn his hat front-facing in the 2 games as head coach. I need him to flip it behind his back.
Stop going corporate Ulbrich. We want the real Ulbrich.
Yeah, man. That's what it's all about, man. Like, when we're getting bricked up, look at the video of what that looks like. Here's a reminder to Jeff.
Let's get bricked up.
Backwards cap.
Backwards
cap. Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. Ricky NY is next. Hello, Ricky.
Hey, how you doing, Jake?
Ricky.
You know what? Davante's speech has to be up there. As far as the Gettysburg Address, that's kind of like the Jets' first Super Bowl. I wasn't really around to see it. I'll have to ask Neil and them about how the Gettysburg thing was because I wasn't there for that. But dude, how about let's go get a snack as far as the great speeches of all time.
That's a good one. That's a great one.
We definitely cannot leave that one off the list. And
I've wanted to play that so many times on the show, Ricky, but it gets copyrighted every time I've tried, so I can't even play that.
Oh, right. Yeah, that sucks. YouTube can be a real downer with that stuff sometimes.
Hey, Ricky, can we get backward hat, dude, Ricky?
Flip it around. Flip it.
Pancake flip.
Yeah. There it is, baby.
Bricked up for the day. You know what? I'm looking forward to this weekend. I'm looking forward to whooping this team. I hate the Patriots. And, if there was ever a time to turn this thing around or a team to do it against, this would be it. We're going to whip their ass. That's all there is to it. This is a game that I can confidently say that we are going to win because that team is soft. Okay.
Softer than us.
Their own coach called them soft. This team is so soft that this team is softer than Robert Kraft when the massage therapist pulls out her badge. Okay.
Let's get bricked up.
Thank you, Ricky.
Jesus.
Well done. I don't want to go down that road right now. I did see a great comment here. I'm going to steal this. I'll give you credit if I say this on the radio on Sunday because I'm on ESPN New York right at 4. So like right after the Jet game or right at the end. of the Jet game.
Okay.
If the Jets win, I'm calling it the Gettysburg Address that Davante Adams' speech should be known as. That is well done, Addison. The Gettysburg Address. Davante, his speech to the Jets.
Ooh.
Saving
Peter can have some fun with that. A little Gettysburg addressed video, pictures. Oh, yeah, there's some ops there.
Gator, give us a Gettysburg Address video. It might come in handy. Ladies and gentlemen, Barbarossa is next up on our show today. Barbarossa, hello.
Yo, Jake, what's going on? Hey, Boy Green, what's up?
Let's go, baby. Let's go, Yanks.
Cheers. Yeah, we got the game tonight. I'm super excited about that. Just wanted to check in and say what's up. Cheers to everybody. Happy Friday. Jake, whose jersey are you wearing?
Aaron Judge.
Okay. All right. I got the other captain, baby. Got the other captain right here.
Jeter.
Yeah,
baby. Number 2. Yeah. They need to have Derek throw out a first pitch in one of these games because he'll be there anyway with Fox.
He should throw out the first pitch in the first November game because he's Mr. November.
Ooh. Well, let me do the math here. So
actually, that'll work.
No, it wouldn't though because they're in Dodger Stadium for Game 6 and 7.
Oh, damn, that's right.
Yeah,
that sucks.
That's a good idea. If they had Game 6 in the Bronx, I'd say do it. But you know what? There's no guarantee you get that far. So I think Jeter throw out the first pitch Game 3.
Yeah, Game 3. That'd be nice. All right, well, that Gettysburg Address had me spitting out beer. So that was great. And I'm a history teacher too, so I was like trying to come up with things too. And I was like, I teach U.S. history, but I couldn't even come up with that. So I think that's great. We do need foots and asses. I mean, there's really no excuse. I had a wrestling coach that gave a speech like that, and it was like, there's no reason for us to be losing the way we're losing and making mistakes we were making. And like, I don't know, it seemed to work on the stupid high school kids, and myself included, that I wrestled with. So, maybe it'll work on professional athletes too. Who knows?
Another speech to add, Jake. Another speech to add.
Yeah, no, great point. Now, let me ask you this, Barbarossa. You're a U.S. history teacher. Where do you think Davante's speech potentially ranks if it's successful? I mean, you know all the speeches.
Okay, I mean, you've got like JFK's "What can my country, what can I do for my country" speech, and then maybe you've got George Washington's farewell address. Then FDR is the only thing we have to fear is fear itself, and then Davante Adams could be number 4.
Yeah,
maybe honorable mention also Teddy Roosevelt. I don't remember what speech he was giving, but he got shot, and then he kept giving the speech. So that counts. Yeah, so maybe Davante's number 5. He goes behind Teddy, who got shot.
Okay,
but yeah, it could be number 5 all time. I think it really could be. Only time will tell.
Well said, Barbarossa. Great call. He's right. I mean, he would know. He's a U.S. history teacher. Tremendous. Let's see. There was some good lines here I'm seeing from the chat. Where was this? I was just laughing at this comment. I think it was from Jets Johnny. Where did it go?
And good for you, Jake. You're a great interviewer. In the moment, you're like, wait a second, U.S. history teacher. You're the appropriate guy to properly rank these. Good job on you. Good hostmanship.
We have the experience from the chat, man. You got to tap into it. This one's from Shurzy as I try to find the comment. I thought I bookmarked, but I missed it. I had a dream that Adam's speech, and we were on a winning streak, and then I woke up. Jay Quest says, as long as Neil doesn't say we will win, we'll be okay. That's a great point.
That's good. Yeah.
Peter says, I will fully recite the Gettysburg Address in T-squared if we win on Sunday.
Wow.
We're going to hold you to that. Tom A says, 4 years ago, we won the Super Bowl.
That's funny. That's good.
Where is this comment here? I swear it made me laugh. And here it is. Judge Ciotti. 4 quarters and a few yards ago.
Oh, God. That's good.
Incredible. Anyway, more of your calls here as we talk about the great speeches of all time and why Davante's speech might be one of them. Let's say, according to Jeff Ulbrich anyway, let's say hello to James Woody on the line. Surprise, surprise. What's up, Woody?
We rocking everywhere. Woody rocking everywhere. What's up, Jake? What's up, Boy Green? You best believe I was watching because, Boy Green, I would have had a bone to pick with you if you said that Davante's speech was better than I had a dream. You know what I'm saying? But the reason why I'm here is to talk about Breece Hall. I think that is
Breece Hall.
Breece
Hall what? Breece Hall what? We'll never know. Tough.
Chiller says his Wi-Fi needs a good week of practice. See, that's why this fan base is great. We suck, and the comments are just tremendous. I love this fan base. If you're watching live, hit the like button. Last chance to get in a bit of a shorter show. I got somewhere to be at 6. We got a Nick home opener tonight. We got a Yankee watch party that I'll be attending. So I am hyped up, ready to roll. And by the way, Yankee fans, I'm doing a watch party for Game 4 next Tuesday with ESPN New York. We announced it earlier. We'll be at Vanderbilt Market, which is located right next to Grand Central. Brand new spot. They got 20 TVs, great food options, really cool spot. I walked by there earlier today, so it will be fun for Game 4. I'll be there at 7. First pitch is at 8. Maybe the Yankees are going for the sweep that night. Probably not, but either way, it'll be a huge game of the series. So join me and the ESPN New York Street team for Game 4 of the World Series, Yankees-Dodgers. I'll be there at Vanderbilt Market. All right, more of your comments. Keep them coming. If anyone wants to gift the channel membership, we will shout you out. Thanks for your support. Before we get to more of your calls, I want to give a huge shout-out to one of our listeners. The great Purple Belt Mike is celebrating his birthday today. So I want to shout out PBM, longtime listener of this show now. He used to, well, he still does, but he first heard me on ESPN New York and then came along to the YouTube experience. So Mike, happy birthday. I know the Jets maybe ruined your trip to Disney with your wife, but I'm hoping you still could have a good birthday. So happy birthday.
HBD to PBM. There you go, buddy. Nice.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, when it's someone's birthday on this show, we have a rule around here. There's one guy that must be on to sing happy birthday to that person. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time.
Hi, everybody. This is Bob from Vermont. I am Bob, of course. How you doing, Jake?
Hey, Bob.
Can you help me out like tomorrow afternoon or something?
Can I help you out? What do you need help with?
I'm going to be doing the 24-hour stream.
You're doing a 24-hour stream? Why?
Because I want to. Everybody asks me, so I said I would do it.
I don't know if you're ready for that. I feel like you got to plan it out.
I am ready to go. Okay,
well,
so
don't you want more time, like to plan guests and different bits and things?
I asked.
Why tomorrow? Tomorrow's a busy day. There's Game 2 of the World Series on. It's Halloween weekend.
Yeah, but
I'm not be around.
I'm gonna do. Okay, well, if you don't come on, you don't come on. I'm doing.
No, I'll come on. I just don't think you should be doing a 24-hour stream. I feel like that's crazy.
Well, I asked people I know if they could come to visit.
What are you going to be talking about at 4 a.m?
Oh, different things we'll talk about. We have Clancy in there. We got weed in there. You know.
For 24 hours, you got them?
Yeah, they come in. They'll stay up late. They asked me to be on it, so but I'm here to sing.
Hold on. I'll let you sing, but I have more questions. What time are you going live?
Oh, tomorrow after the Notre Dame game, so about 4 o'clock tomorrow.
So you're starting at 4 p.m. tomorrow, and you're going till 4 p.m. the next. So you're going to be on through the Jets game then?
Yeah. I'll do play-by-play on that too.
Wow. Okay.
Wow. So Jake, I'm here for Purple Belt Mike today. Thank you for letting me sing to him.
Absolutely. Go ahead.
Appreciate it. Okay, this is for you, Purple Belt Mike. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, Purple Belt Mike. Happy birthday to you. And I hope you're having a great day. How's that?
What was going on with the hands there, Bobby? That, yeah. It was like waves of the ocean.
X-shake, he knows. Okay.
I don't know, Boy Green.
I'll talk to you soon, Jake.
Wait, Bobby, before you go, I do think we should talk through this 24-hour stream thing. I don't know if this is a good week to do it because you're coming with me to the Texans game on Thursday.
Oh, I'd be all set. I'd be all set for that, too.
You might get sick from doing this. So you want
I'm not
wait till after so you're healthy,
you're
full of energy, ready to go.
I'm going to be powerful I'm going to be going very good for.
I don't think so. The people in the chat are questioning it. The Bobby Midnight fanatics here. They don't think it's a great idea.
Well, Jay asked me to do it yesterday. Everybody
so Jay asked you to do it. He didn't say you had to do it tomorrow.
Yeah, they did. They did.
No. Don't listen to these people. That's not true. I'm reading the comments here. Genergy says, get your rest.
I'll do a 24-hour stream then. Okay, that's fine.
Yeah, why don't we just do like a normal stream? Why does it need to be 24 hours?
Okay, we'll do a normal stream. Okay, right. We'll see you tomorrow, Jake. You have a great day.
All right, Bobby. You have a wonderful evening.
Okay, you too. Bye now.
Farewell.
I'm doing another Zoom meeting. Oh,
farts. Jake's going live. Gotta end my friggin' stream. Bobby.
God, I can't in good conscience have him do a 24-hour stream.
24 hours.
He's coming to MetLife on Thursday. I'm getting him on the field before the game. I can't have him passing out at the Jet game on Thursday.
That doesn't sound like a great idea at all. Wow. Wow.
Austrian Jet fan in the house with a Boy Green Coffee Club super chat. You think we make some moves come week 9? I don't think they're doing anything until we see how these next 2 games go.
Yeah, I think that's the right way. ESPN, NFL Nation reporters are all Rich Saminis of the world, and their respective reporters for each team each gave like a nugget of what they believe their teams are going to do. And Rich said they're quote unquote done with blockbusters, but there's always potential moves for all the things we've all talked about before, whether it's like a big man, veteran defensive tackle, or if a safety, depending on how these things go. But I agree with you, Jake, that to me, first off, it's not happening in this short period of time. We're on Friday night. There's a Thursday game, so there's no turnover for that unless you just trade for them and they just sit on the bench, which doesn't make sense because you don't want to pay their game checks. If something's going to happen, it's they beat the Patriots, they beat the Texans, they're 4-5, and they say, hey, let's make one more move. And it's that extra time you have in the mini bye. That's time to potentially do something depending on whatever issues persist in these 2 games. So, yeah, I don't see anything happening, to your point, until these next 2 games are up, and then let's see. I think the trade deadline's at Tuesday, I believe, timing-wise. So we'll see what happens then.
Yeah, it's Tuesday, November 5th, and that's the only big thing that's happening in our country on that day.
That's right. So right after Halloween. So we have that pocket of time in that mini bye. That'll be obviously their last chance to do it.
Super chat, as Maniac, super chat from Jay Quest, who just got his membership back. Let's go, Jay Quest. He says, Bobby, don't do it. You're going to miss the Texans game because of this. Don't do this, please. We love you. Amen.
On, man.
Amen. Ladies and gentlemen, a super chat from Nick Shine. Somehow I feel that Bobby doing a 24-hour stream means I'm doing his 24-hour stream for him when he naps multiple times. Yeah, when he naps, when he's got to take a poo. How's that going to work?
Yeah, he's got to organize. Again, if you're going to – I've never done a 24-hour consecutive stream before. God bless anyone who has. But it seems like a lot of planning, guests, working things out. So other people are doing things during that 24 hours. That seems like a lot to put on one guy. And Bobby's got that big important date for Thursday Night Football, Halloween, and passing out candy and all that jazz. I don't know, man. He needs his rest.
Ladies and gentlemen, hit the like button if you're just tuning in. We got a few minutes left of the show, so we'll mix in some calls. And when it comes to great callers, this guy is making a run for everyone's money here. Here we go. Robert C. is next. Hey, Robert.
Hi, Jake. It was 15 years ago. A score is 20 years. And that brings us back to 1984. It's another 15 to 1969. And yes, I think it would be a good idea for Bobby to do his 24-hour show, but not to do the entire 24. To let some people fill in, let Addison fill in, a few other people. I might be able to do a few hours myself. But, he needs to sleep some of that time.
I'd watch the Robert C. show.
Yeah, you heard about it? I'm not sure I'm going to do it, but it's called the Robert C. Sports Show. But I'm not sure about plugging my a show on another show. So.
No, that's what the show is for, actually. It's for people to plug their spin-off shows of this show.
Yeah, the thing is, I'm busy. There's a lot of stuff we have to do here, and I might not be able to pull it off. I mean, I might have to bail out at the last second, but I'd like to be able to do it.
All right, what would be like the first episode? What would we be discussing on it?
I'd like to start with a monologue. Like, if a criticism of a Bobby show is he should get on and start with a monologue, kind of like you do. I'd like to be able to do it, but I know it takes a certain skill to be able to do it.
You know what, Robert? The floor is yours. We have thousands of people tuned in right now.
I don't really have a monologue, but there's something about the Jets getting in on a winning streak. Davante Adams has started the process. It's like the beginning of change. I think Alon said something. I don't know. He said something about Davante Adams' speech, and I commented underneath him saying it's the beginning of change. we have to see how Hassan Reddick does. They had a photo of Hassan Reddick, one in a Jet uniform and one in an Eagles uniform. He didn't look the same. He looks like he's a little bit out of shape. So, I mean, he needs to prove me wrong. And, I mean, you need a victory against the Patriots, a victory against the Texans. And someone said the Cardinals next Sunday. Actually, it would be 3 Sundays from now when they play the Cardinals. The Jets need the win. Jets. Jets, Jets, Jets.
Oh, he's gone. Robert. Great monologue.
Drop the mic. Yeah, wow, wonderful. Wow.
Robert's a top 3 seed in the Asmaniac bracket. I mean, he's come on late. He's only been calling for like 2 months, but he's coming on late.
Yeah. It's not about the the quantity, it's the quality, and quality is certainly there. Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a brand new intro for our next caller. He ripped the chat the other day. He said that everyone who watches the show has an IQ of 75 and is a clapping seal. We say hello to Gary. SEAL Team 75, assemble.
The clapping seals, they're alive and well in the chat.
You gotta unmute your mic, Mr. Gary. 75 IQ.
Paul, terrific job out of you today. Great work. Jake, at least you tried your best, Jake. Thanks for showing up. That's a lot better than most people. Good job.
My pleasure, Gary.
E for effort, Jake. Great job, Paul. I'm not doubting what Ulbrich's saying, but it's a little alarming to me that you have a team full of veterans who know exactly what they're playing for, exactly what's on the line. Like, this is their last best chance, a lot of them, to win a Super Bowl. And you need Davante Adams, a guy who walked in a week ago, to set a fire underneath your pants. I mean, it just seems like that's alarming. Like, what's going on with the coaching staff? Like, why has that message not been sent already? And like, how, you know what I'm saying? You got Williams and Tyron Smith and Aaron Rodgers. Why is Davante Adams got to be the one to set the fire? Why is it not set already?
It's a fair question. Again,
we asked it earlier. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. It's bad. I hope it works, but it's a bad indictment on the locker room that Salah had in place, that Davante's been here for 5 seconds, is noticing this, and he's saying it, and then Ulbrich is basically saying it's the greatest speech anyone's heard since the Gettysburg Address.
And that he reshared it to the group. That was new news I had missed, apparently, in the C.J. Mosley presser, is that it was, so Davante delivers it after the game, after the Steelers game, and days go by, and Jeff Ulbrich's like, that speech the other day. You're like, what? Like,
he's right. He makes some good points.
Yeah, right, that guy. Yeah, he was on to something.
Is the Gettysburg Address really better than the Al Pacino speech in Any Given Sunday, inch by inch? Is the Gettysburg Address actually better than that?
Yeah, it's another good one.
Are we adding fictional speeches? Because, I mean, I would throw Rocky's speech to, the country of Russia in Rocky IV. I'd put that up there with anything.
That's a good one. Ooh, yeah. Paul, that's a good one, Jake. I'll give you that. Better speech, Rocky after defeating communism in Rocky IV, or Al Pacino in Any Given Sunday. Better speech.
I'm a Pacino guy.
Okay. I can go either way on that one. That's a good job for you, Jake. That makes up for your performance earlier today and a bunch of your other horrible takes. That's an excellent call, Jake.
Thank you, Seal.
I'm not going to do the clapping seal impression.
What do you mean?
I do want to, but I'm not going to do it because Gator's going to use it out of context, and then it's going to go viral, and then I'm going to have to look at it forever.
Incredible. All right, I got time for one more call. We're going international for this next one. Ladies and gentlemen, grab your boomerangs, grab your Vegemite. We say hello to Craig in Australia. Hello, Craig.
Mate, how you going?
Craig, you stayed up to watch the Yankees? Or actually, what time does the game start out there? It's probably the morning, right?
The Yankees haven't played yet, have they? Or have they?
They start at 8 p.m. our time tonight.
Right, exactly. So it's, 8 a.m. here. I don't even know why I'm up. But that would make it 10:30 a.m. for me.
That's
so I'm
perfect.
trying to find a way to pirate it so I can watch it with my stepson, because he's right into it. So, Boy Green, how are you, mate? I don't think I've ever got to speak to you directly before.
Yeah, it's my pleasure, man. It's appreciated. Your reputation precedes you.
Yes, as does yours with the old SPL. So I've had to explain this to Mrs. Craig at certain times. But that's right. She understands. It's all good. But I've received my salute to service hat, which I've been waiting for. So I thought that'll need to be rocked this morning. But I come bearing news. We were thinking that
before you deliver it, can you give us backward hat, Craig?
That's right.
Of course. Hang on.
Oh.
There we go.
Great.
Better?
Now I'm in a better position to receive news now. Go ahead. Yes.
It's true, and also we're all even now. We're all matching. So that makes sense. But this news is the community in general. We weren't getting back to New York until September, and we're going to bring the whole family. But I've got my Vegas trip for work in end of April, and Mrs. Craig informed me, and I should have known this, but it was her 50th when I'm going to be away. I said, well, then we're going to have to change the plan. You're going to have to come to Vegas, and if you come to Vegas, you know what that means. We're only a couple of hours for NYC. So gonna have to get over there. So hopefully we'll see the Yankees start the season as World Series champions. So hopefully a lot closer than we'd planned. Hopefully.
Beautiful.
So, but anyway, I'm gearing up for the Patriots. I've been saying all week, I'm not getting up at 3 a.m. to watch this game. There's just no point. But as it's getting closer, I'm starting to cave. I know I'm going to do it. I know I'm going to do it. So, I'm trying to be, normal about it, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
See what happens.
We're sickies.
But we are. It is people keep asking me, what's wrong with you? Why did you choose the Jets? And I said, they chose me is what happened. There's nothing I can do about it. So I'll bring you some Vegemite, Boy Green, when I
please do. Yes.
Have you had it yet, Jake? You're still alive, so I'm assuming no.
No, I haven't had it. I have it proudly displayed in my kitchen, but I have not had it yet.
Don't have it alone. That's all I can tell you.
Yep,
right.
that's a great point.
It's all good, mate. Thanks for having me. I've got a couple of my doctor mates are visiting tonight, and I'm taking them on a culinary tour of the Deep South. So I've got the smokers out, and I'll be playing bluegrass. So I've got ribs, roasts, wings, mac and cheese, you name it. It's gonna be epic. I'll post it in the Discord.
Let's go, Craig. I love it.
Beautiful. Wow. Well, pleasure to meet you, Craig. Finally. Long overdue.
Yeah, man. You're a legend. I'm working my way through catching up with everyone one little bit at a time. Hope to see you in person at the tailgate maybe September next year.
That'd be great.
When we're admiring our Super Bowl trophy.
Obviously, yeah.
Hey, the Davante speech is gonna get us going, Craig. You're the best.
Davante, mate. Good old Tay. Let's go. What do we got to lose, right?
I love it. Craig in Australia checking in. Great news that we'll get to see Craig potentially at extra time this upcoming year. One last super chat. This was on your channel, Paul.
Yeah.
Kyle Clifton writes in, Gary usually begins his segment with a monologue too. A vagina monologue.
Oh, that's great. Thank you, Kyle.
What a show. What a show. Normally we go a little longer, but I got somewhere to be at 6. Let's go Yankees tonight. Paul, you're the man. Plug your channel for those who don't already know where your channel is.
Of course, baby. It's Boy Green 25 on YouTube. Just search out Boy Green on YouTube. You'll find it. We're live every single day at 7:30 in the morning, baby. And we get you ready for the Jake Asman show. So we got wonderful Jets content creators here, baby. And it's been awesome for the first time, like I said, ever for us to do a regular show together every Friday evening. So it's been awesome, man. And hey, the Davante Adams thing is going to spin us around, baby.
Greatest speech since Gettysburg. The Gettysburg Address. As coined by Hasmaniac Addison. If it sticks, who knows? Maybe we got our next great moment in Jet history you look back on. Hey, we'll see if it works. We're watching the game together Sunday. RSVP to the watch party if you can make it. I got the link in the description. Once again, I will see you guys on Sunday. I might squeeze in a show tomorrow. I end tonight's show with one message. Let's go Yankees. And it's the Knicks home opener. And actually, perfect segue to play this at the buzzer here. 1 year ago today, this happened. Have a great night, everybody. Go Yanks, go Knicks, and of course, let's go Jets.
Look, guys, I don't know how else to say this. Fact of the matter is, the team has almost no chance to win this week unless you click on the like button. Also, be sure you're subscribed to the Jake Asman Show. Let's do this. Go Jets.